So this is now a second part of the tutorial where I'm going to be showing you how fast I can add a new swing. Because you saw one swing and you're like, okay, well that's great, but you know, what's the point of my system? What am I really demonstrating? What I'm demonstrating is how fast you can iterate over multiple animations doing that similar effect. Notice with this swing attack, those little sphere things don't appear because I didn't set up the animations. So now, and here I have my whole 360 running combat system, where actually I do a multiple bone blend to get the animation to play well while running, or going side to side, and backwards. So anyway, so that's the swing animation. However, as you notice, those little thingies did not appear because that's all controlled through the animation node, the custom animation node. So I'm going to show you the actual process of setting up the entire process time, or iteration time. Not iteration is the word here, but the entire time for making it. Let's see, hold on a minute. Okay, making a new animation, not test. This one. So we're setting up an entirely new animation here. We're going to be using that's actually an animation I made, sort of in progress. I like it. Here's another one. Apparently it's going to be turned into a sneak animation. These are actually animations that I've done. This is my favorite. Well, actually I really like that one too. But anyway, um, didn't make that one. That was made by the person in the link that I'm showing you in the tutorial, where I got this asset from. But anyway, including all these swing animations, I didn't make these swings. He made them. And check out, here it is, right? Swing 2. Now, the easy way to distinguish swing 1 and swing 2, the one you saw in the previous video was that, going from the character's right side to the left. This is going from the left to the right. Okay? So let's set up the swing sequence. Notice there's no sequences. We're going to add notifications. We're going to add one, and we're going to set its time to be when we think that the character is first gaining momentum. So I think right about there, there's actually a valid momentum in my opinion. It's really just your opinion as the artist. So that's 0.15. We're going to add the notification. This is a custom note. You won't see this on your list. This is the whole power of writing your own Unreal script for your animation notification. Otherwise appeared as amification nodes. And we're the sword material for doing damage. I'll talk about that later. This is the start of the valid momentum. I do want to spawn a sphere mesh on its color to be using the same system from the previous video. Green scale, I'm actually going to leave it, I wanted it to be a little bit smaller than the previous video, 1.3. Damage level and all this is not implemented yet. So now we're going to stick with the idea of only doing 3 of them. So I want to know when's the next phase of the momentum. For me, say right about there. I'd say that's the next degree of increase in momentum. So now we have to add a second notification. Oh, and it's really good to give these notifications names. So let's go over to add another one. We're going to set its time to be the same as the timer. Notification, sword swing, comment, this is swing number 2. And material, don't worry about it. It's not the start or the end, but we do want to spawn a sphere mesh. Notice all these options are actually important, and having them all through code is really, really powerful. Mesh color is going to be, this is the red part, and I want it to be larger, so we're going to say 2.2. Alright, and then we want to know when's the last part of the active swing. Wow, that's quite a range. You see why you need an animification, whatever. Why you need a notification node system for this? That's really far back. I didn't think it'd be that far back. So the momentum loss starts right about there, right? So we're until right about there. But is there any way the arm will still do damage? Like if you were doing this in real life, would that still hurt at that point? I don't know. Maybe right about, that's too far. Right about there. Again, this is your opinion as the artist. That's the whole power of this system as opposed to trying to fiddle with numbers and code. So we're going to make another notification at that point, and we're going to move it over to our current time frame trigger. Notice how on the timer slide, these are not equidistant in any way. In fact, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, look at how much there's time left on the animation. This is why the animification nodes are so useful. I've invented a new word here. Okay, this is the end of the valid momentum. We do want to spawn a mesh. We want its color to be blue. And that is on the mesh scale, I think we said 1.3. Is that the one, the value we decided upon? Yeah. Alright, so that was the entire thing for just these custom animification nodes. We're just going to call them that because it's faster. Alright, so let's review what this looks like. Okay, notice how something got screwy with the times on these. So we actually want one. I'm just gonna move these all over. We actually want one to start. Again, the reason I'm showing this in such detail is that this is what the artist can do all day, while or the overall game designer who's where the opinion really matters. Like, what's the next? Is that the peak of the momentum? It's a question. Is this peak of the momentum? It's really the opinion of the game designer, and if the game designer has you as the programmer to set that up for them, they don't have to think about it. They don't have to think about code. Once you set up the system, they can play all day with this sort of stuff, which is why I'm showing it in such painstaking detail. Okay, so notice there's an incredible amount of this animation which has nothing to do with sword swinging in terms of the actual momentum. You know, if you were just pressing the A button or the attack button, and you were at this point in the animation, your sword engine should not say that's damaged. That's not damaged. I mean, that's just returning to neutral. And this part, the wind up, has nothing to do with damage, even though it looks really good in my opinion. In fact, I think that position looks pretty cool, but it has nothing to do with damage. The only damage is right in this section that we've decided. We've declared that's the momentum part of damage. That's the power of the system. So we set up these notifications. Let's now save this and then go in game and see how it looks. Again, in the you saw just earlier there were no notifications. Are you ready for this? I'm excited. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! This is the first time I'm seeing it too. We set it up. I set it up with you. I've never done this one before. Jump in the air and swing. Okay, now jump in the air and swing. Oh, yeah, let's see in slow motion. So you see, it worked. The sizes, the red one's bigger. They're the right colors. We set the colors ourselves. Let's say we didn't want it to be red. We wanted it to be yellow. Let's show you the iteration time for that. I will show you the iteration time for that. We have to get to our swing animation, swing 2, and then we go over to notifications. We decided we want the middle one to be yellow, so let's say color, yellow. Close it, save it. You're not familiar with why 1-1 is yellow. It's following the color. You can just look it up in fun. Just look up RGB and those various color values and you'll see. Alright, so now look, it's a different color. I don't know if that is really yellow. Does that look yellow?